Welcome back to Hidden Wisdom Academy Biology. In today's lecture, we're diving deep into the earthworm. We'll explore its morphology, body organization, and how its structure perfectly supports its way of life. So, get ready to visualize and understand every segment of this fascinating organism, from head to tail. Also, don't miss our daily NEET MCQs and PYQs series for quick revision. So, without further ado, let's get started. As always in this slide, you can see the syllabus and the PYQ topic with their years, so you know what to expect in your exams. Let's look at the morphology and external features of the earthworm. Its scientific name is Pheretima posthuma. It lives in moist soil and is active at night. The body is long, cylindrical, and segmented into about 100 to 120 segments. The prostomium is a small lobe above the mouth that helps in sensing, and the peristomium bears the mouth. A thick band called the clitellum is present between segments 14 to 16. It shows that the worm is sexually mature and helps in reproduction. Earthworms are hermaphrodites. They have both male and female organs, but they still cross-fertilize. Each segment, except the first, last, and clitellum, has CD for movement. The body wall of an earthworm has many layers. On the outside, there is a thin cuticle that covers the body. Below it lies the epidermis, made of columnar cells, followed by circular and longitudinal muscles that help in peristaltic movement. The innermost layer is the coelomic epithelium, which lines the body cavity or coelom. The body of the earthworm is divided into many segments, called metameres, separated by septa. This is called true metamerism, where each segment has similar structures. The coelomic fluid inside the cavity helps in movement, transport of nutrients, and excretion. The digestive system of an earthworm is complete and straight. It starts with the mouth and ends with the anus. Food enters the buccal cavity and moves into the pharynx, making mucus and enzymes. Then, the esophagus carries the food to the gizzard, a strong muscular organ that grinds soil and food. Next comes the stomach, where chemical digestion begins, and then the intestine, which has a fold called the Typhlosole to increase absorption. Finally, the undigested food leaves through the anus. Remember, the gizzard is for mechanical digestion, and the Typhlosole helps in absorption. The circulatory system of the earthworm is closed, which means blood always flows inside vessels. This is an important feature of annelids. There are three main blood vessels: the dorsal, ventral, and lateral hearts. The dorsal vessel collects blood and pumps it forward, while the ventral vessel carries blood to different organs. There are 4 pairs of hearts between the 10th and 13th segments that connect these two vessels. The blood has hemoglobin dissolved in plasma, not inside cells, which gives it a red color. Remember, the earthworm has a closed circulatory system, and its hemoglobin is plasma dissolved, not cellular. Earthworms breathe through their skin. This is called cutaneous respiration. Their skin must stay moist so that oxygen and carbon dioxide can pass through easily. That's why they live in moist soil and come out during rain. For excretion, earthworms use Nephridia. These remove nitrogen wastes and help maintain water balance. There are 3 types: pharyngeal Nephridia in the front, septal Nephridia in the middle, and integumentary Nephridia all over the body wall. Because of these, earthworms are both monotelic and osmoregulatory. Remember, respiration through skin and Nephridia for excretion are key features of annelids. The nervous system of the earthworm is simple but efficient. It has a pair of cerebral ganglia or brain, connected to the ventral nerve cord by circumpharyngeal connectives. Each body segment has its own ganglion, which helps in local reflex control. For reproduction, earthworms are hermaphrodites. They have both male and female organs, but they still do cross-fertilization. The male pores open on the 18th segment, and the female pores open on the 14th segment. After mating, a cocoon forms where fertilization and development take place. Tiny worms come out directly, so there is no larval stage. Remember, for earthworm equals hermaphrodite plus cross-fertilization plus direct development. Let's quickly summarize what we learned about earthworms. The body is segmented and bilaterally symmetrical, with a true coelom that helps in movement and transport. The digestive system is straight and complete, the gizzard grinds food, and the typhlosole helps in absorption. The circulatory system is closed, with 4 pairs of hearts, and hemoglobin is dissolved in plasma. Respiration happens through the moist skin, and nephridia manage excretion and water balance. The nervous system has a brain-like cerebral ganglia and a double ventral nerve cord. The reproductive system shows hermaphroditism with cross-fertilization, and direct development occurs inside cocoons. Remember, these features define annelids and are frequent asked questions. Let's practice a few questions to test your knowledge. Let's start with question 1. In an earthworm, which structure increases the surface area for absorption of nutrients? Option A. Gizzard. Option B. Typhlosole. Option C. Pharynx. Option D. Clitellum. Explanation. The gizzard is for mechanical digestion, it grinds soil and food. The typhlosole is an internal fold in the intestine that increases the surface area for absorption. The pharynx helps in ingestion and secretes mucus and enzymes. The clitellum is important for reproduction and cocoon formation. So, option B is the correct answer. That is, in an earthworm, typhlosole increases the surface area for absorption of nutrients. Now, let's move to question 2. Name the excretory organs of an earthworm and mention their segmental arrangement. This is a PYQ from NEET 2018. Explanation. Nephridia is the excretory organ. The segmental arrangements are pharyngeal in 4th to 6th segments, septal in middle segments, and integumentary in 3rd segment onward. Let's quickly go over some common mistakes students make about earthworms. First, confusing types of nephridia and their segmental locations, pharyngeal, septal, and integumentary. Second, mixing up gizzard and typhlosole. Remember, gizzard grinds food, typhlosole absorbs it. Third, forgetting that earthworm breathes through their moist skin, it has no lungs. Fourth, misstating blood facts, hemoglobin is dissolved in plasma, not in cells. Fifth, reproduction confusion, it's a hermaphrodite with cross-fertilization, and fertilization occurs in the cocoon. Sixth, overlooking true metamerism, a hallmark of annelids. That's the end of our lecture on the earthworm. We've covered its external features and internal systems, digestive, circulatory, respiratory, excretory, nervous, and reproductive systems. Keep revising segmental arrangements and key structures like typhlosole, gizzard, and nephridia, along with their functions. These are commonly asked questions. In the next lecture, we'll study the cockroach, Periplaneta americana. We'll look at its body structure, systems, and examine important features. Get ready to continue our journey with cockroaches, understand their adaptations, and master cockroach from in and out. Also, don't miss our daily biology podcast for daily revision. See you in the next lecture.